5 anti-Ulez protesters were arrested on Saturday during a protest near London Mayor Sadiq Khan's house. Police arrested the 5 protesters after the crowd was asked to disperse and a smoke flare was set off by an unknown person. NTD's Malcolm Hudson was there.
This anti-Ulez protest was held somewhere close to Mayor of London Sadiq Khan's house in Streatham and ended with 5 arrests. It was much the same as the previous protests held across London. They called to get Khan out and end London's ultra-low emission zone that charges drivers £12.50 per day if they drive an older vehicle.
Believe it or not, my car's compliant. But the reason I've been doing this is because I care. We want to be left alone to get on with our jobs, be able to do our jobs, be able to look after our families, visit our families.
But the proximity to the mayor's home brought a new dimension to the day's events. A large group of police arrived shortly after the protests began at midday on Saturday. They told protesters to disperse under a Section 42 order. This relates to the presence of people at or near a residence where there are reasonable grounds to believe it amounts to harassment. One of the protest organisers conceded to move on.
You may just have to go down.
I'm not here to try and fight with you. I don't want to fight with you. That's not what we're about. And I don't want it to be bad press. So I need to pass that message on. Give me a few minutes to do that.
Absolutely, I'll give you those minutes.
Thank you very much.
He then passed the message on to everyone else.
We are here for peaceful protest. We're here to make a point. Hopefully we've made that point today. It's a little bit disappointing that we've been told to move on, but it is what it is. I don't want to get loads of people arrested. I don't want to bring our group into disrepute. We are already taking the banners down, etc., etc.
Just after this, a smoke flare was set off across the road and away from the main body of protesters. Police promptly put the smoke flare out with an extinguisher. Protesters say it was not one of them. While the protesters packed up, police began to form a line. Police said one person was arrested for obstructing police and 4 people were arrested under Section 42. Here are the events. Police ask a protester to walk across the road where they then tell him he is being arrested. The second arrest followed shortly afterwards. And then the final 3 in a chaotic scene. One lady was on the floor getting out of her dinosaur suit. One man was holding a placard and had backed away. And the man dressed in purple was the 5th to be arrested. He later said he was trying to help the lady up and could be seen to have difficulty walking. Commander Colin Wingrove, who was overseeing policing across London over the weekend, said, "There are plenty of appropriate places to protest in London. Anyone who chooses to target a private home or the area nearby can expect to be dealt with by officers." The rest of the protesters left shortly afterwards, heading to Charing Cross Police Station for a second protest calling for the release of their friends. The 5 were released later that night on bail with no charges pending further inquiries. Malcolm Hudson, NTD News, London.
The 5 anti-Ulez protesters were released on bail with no charges pending further inquiries.